Good morning, everyone. Excellent, excellent. चलिए नेक्स्ट आगे बढ़ेंगे. रियल लाइफ एग्जाम्पल. Only busy people make time for everything. Samir Bhatia of Barclays Bank leads a very busy life. He has been he has been running for a long time, and it is his passion. And he came to me because he wanted to run better and faster. Samir has deadlines, presentations, travel overseas, etc. More than anybody else I know. Once he traveled from the east coast to the west coast of America and then went on to London, Hong Kong, and Mauritius, all in 20 days. He still stuck to the diet just as planned. I am blessed with sincere and devoted clients like him. He told me the strategy he uses to stick to eating every 2 hours. The meals, of course, were planned in consideration of his place, schedule, everything. But how much he would land up following, especially through the presentation and seminars, I really doubted. But Samir is brilliant. He would carry his meals in the pocket of his designer suit. When it was my time to eat, I would excuse myself, saying that I had to go to the loo. And on my way to the restroom, I would eat my chana, cheese, etc. Wow, I was so touched. I can almost see Samir walking through a five-star lobby towards the restroom, munching his food. All my clients report that they start working much better and faster once they have eat often. I'm not surprised, are you? Then go to principle number 3. Eat more when you are more active and less when you are less active. What is principle number 3 is eat more when you are more active and less when you are less active. Always fine tune your eating to your activity. But remember, principle 3 cannot be followed without principle 2. Only when you eat all the time, you can actually decrease meal size when less activity and increase it when more active. Once you follow principle 1 and principle 2, principle 3 will just naturally follow. Principles 1 and 2 put you in touch with your hunger signals and train you to listen and follow them. Just like when you drive your car more, you need more petrol, but when it is parked, it is just need enough to start. And to last till your next destination or the coolest petrol pump when you are in touch with your system. It will want more food. When you are in touch with your system, it will want more food when it is more active and less food when it is not so active. With the sunrise in the morning, the body's metabolic rate picks up, which means that sitting and reading in the morning is a bigger calorie burner than sitting and reading in the evening. The metabolic rate is higher in the morning than it is post sunset. So, even the act of sitting will burn more calories. It goes without saying that you should eat more in the morning, and your stomach will feel free to communicate that with you once you encourage an open dialogue with it. Through principle 1 and 2, we get 1 and 2. We get fat only because we don't give a damn about what the stomach needs and load or unload it according to our convenience. If deprivation of food is punishment, then overeating is a crime. You will see in the next chapter of diet recall. Chapter 5 is inculcating awareness. So how most of us get fat only because we eat at the wrong time and do not eat at the right time. So if we don't eat food when the body needs it, all this does it create a hung calorie and nutrient deficit. Later, when the time is wrong, that is the metabolic process are slowing down. Your body and the mind will demand a lot of food to make up for the deficit. So time is very important. Time once lost will never come back. The popular serial Mahabharata had Samay or time as its सूत्रधार. टाइम की बात है जॉनी, sang Helen very philosophically. Lives can be saved by a few seconds. Relationship can be mended if things are done on time. Wounds are healed with time. Time is indeed precious and divine. Goddess Kali, one of the most important goddess of India, is the representation of time. And body rhythms are supposed to be worked to the work of Kali. Thus, a way to respect time is to respect body rhythms. Time of the day and activity affect our calorie burning. Each one of us has a pattern to our day that we must make a wholehearted attempt to understand. If we wish to stay lean and fit for life, morning lead to higher calorie burning in the body because nature designed us that way. It is nature's way of getting us ready. Time even affects what we do outside the body, outside of our immediate selves. Now, 9 a.m. in the morning could be workout time for someone, conference time, reporting time, school time, etc. for others. 5:30 p.m. could be tuition time, meeting time, break or head back home time for some. But with the BPO boom in India, some of us are actually leaving for work at 10:30 p.m. and heading back home at 7 a.m. Alternately, homemakers find time for themselves after husbands, father-in-law, and children are back up to work and school respectively. Once we understand the pattern of our day, we can plan what to eat and how much. A lot of foods have a tarnished reputation only because they have been routinely eaten at the wrong time. Laddus, especially the homemade ones. Though Gita Bhavan of Rishikesh gives tough competition to the homemade variety. With fiber-rich grain, ghee, dry fruits, and the most important ingredient, maa ka pyar, if eaten as a meal in the morning, can put any cereal, milk, toast, or beans, omelette, etc. to the same. But we either carry them to office and share it with gang post lunch, or save them in the fridge and eat them as dessert post dinner. At both these times, they are eaten post meal instead of a meal in itself. And because laddus are dense in calorie, if they are eaten with a meal or late at night, no prize for guessing. They are converted to fats. And all the nutrients are wasted. The body cannot absorb nutrient on an overload stomach, any post meal, or when it is slowing down, post sunset. Cheese, pasta, paratha, peanut, paneer, banana, mango, potato, rice, etc. are misunderstood only because we have experienced them at wrong time in your day. None of these foods are fattening. They are just dense in energy or fat. In fact, I will go to the extent of saying that no food is fattening, no food is fattening. You have to just be smart enough to choose the right time to eat it. So high activity could mean both physically and mental activity. For example, going to the gym or any kind of physical exercise, cooking, doing intensive thinking, attending important meetings, organizing weddings, shifting houses, in short, any activity where you are very actively involved and that demands a lot of energy from you. Time of stress, traveling, and illness would also be high demand periods. And not just for you, if you are ill, then your family or near ones will go through a time where they expend energy. Low activity means anytime you are passive or relatively inactive, not using your mental energies, watching a movie or TV, surfing the net, making small talk on the phone, checking emails, doing low intensive admin work, being driven around, going out to a party, napping, delegating work, in short, any routine work. So we need to up our eating during high demand periods and cut down when we are relaxing. When relaxing. Not just this, the cells of our body become less sensitive to nutrition and calorie if they have not been active. So when you are just chilling, the cells become dull. They don't want anything. They are in no mood to absorb nutrient and see no reason to make energy demands. So if you load your stomach at this time, it just gets converted to fat. But post activity, mental or physical, the cells are energy and nutrient deprived. Increases their sensitivity, which means that whatever you eat will get up to replenish those hungry cells and not get converted to fat. So if you lack enthusiasm or energy, it is because you are eating more when you are less active. It is because you are eating more when you are less active and vice versa. So can you identify with any one of these situations? So you really want to watch this movie. Your friend books the ticket on the internet. You have had a normal day at work or home, nothing exceptional. But instead of feeling enthusiastic about going to the theater, you think, okay, can I go on Saturday afternoon? Or maybe catch it later when it is released on TV. You have to go for dinner at a cousin's place. You are really looking forward to spending some time with your cousin. But on the evening of the dinner, you think it is too far off. Maybe I can do it on another day. It is not that you are lazy, sick, or psycho. It is just that sometimes you are not up to things. You really want to get out of home, but when it actually comes to the crunch, your enthusiasm or motivation is low. Look at your eating and activity pattern. If there is a disconnect or disproportion between your meal size and level of activity, you will be affected by the not being up to it syndrome. It is also called a subclinical deficiency, which means that you are not sick but lack optimal health. A simple way to get rid of this, don't know what is happening to me. Yeah, feeling is to eat more when your cells are more sensitive and eat less when less active. In the ideal world, we should have finished having our main meals by 11 a.m., especially if we have a weight issue. Real life example, Suman, a homemaker, started working with her husband when his business hit on bad times. She had moved 3 cities and delivered 2 babies by the time she shifted to Mumbai. She didn't know how, but in 8 years, she went up from 80 kilo to 125 kilo. She was careful about what she ate and ate every little. Woke up at 6 a.m. and had a chai. Worked out at 8 a.m. after packing kids and her another chai. Then at 10 a.m. she would have poha, upma or khakra. Then, depending on what she would get free at work between 2 to 4 p.m., she would have her lunch, which was one or two rotis, sabjis, dal, and then sukha bhel sometimes, or 2 biscuits 6 to 7 p.m. And then dinner just like lunch, two rotis, sabji, dal, and of course a little rice if very hungry. So if you look at her food, she is not doing anything so drastically wrong that she should have become 125 kilo. But the timings are all off. Suman doesn't see herself as important and priorities everything before herself. Look at what she is doing. She doesn't put a thing in her stomach until 10 a.m. But she is being up since 6 a.m. and in fact very active. She cooked, she worked out, her lunch timings are uneven and she is having a pretty late. Her snacks are utterly non-nutritious and most importantly, she is doing most of her eating from late afternoon when her body isn't in a position to utilize this food. Moreover, because she hasn't fed her body in the morning, her metabolism has slowed down. In fact, because she hasn't eaten during the high activity time of her day, her body has gone on conservation mode. That is thinking that it is time. The body lowers the metabolic rate and starts to conserve all the fat. To summarize, eating more food when you are more active will make your body an efficient calorie burner. Second is, which will increase the metabolic rate, of your body, which will help you stay energetic throughout the day and will help you lose fat more effectively. So tomorrow we'll read about principle number 4. Finish your last meal at least 2 hours prior to sleeping. So आज के लिए इतना ही. चलिए फिर कल मिलते हैं. आशा करता हूँ आज के दिन आपके लिए बहुत